I know you guys have been waiting for another interview from Cryptknotic, and this is one that I've been looking forward to for quite literally a year. I was going to do an interview when this band was Peachy, but they're not anymore. So without further ado.
Hi, I'm Kara. I'm the vocalist of Spider Inside Her, which was formerly Peachy. Yeah, hey, what's up?
I'm so thrilled to have you here. I've been trying to coordinate this forever, and my schedule was just insane, and then your schedule was insane, but we got it on lock now.
We finally did it.
Finally did it. So Spider Inside Her, if you guys haven't heard, how would you describe that sound for people who maybe haven't listened to you yet?
I would say it's kind of like old school emo, like post-hardcore. So we do have those like heavy breakdowns, and then we'll have like a catchy chorus. So it's I would say probably like post-hardcore emo vibes.
And how does that differ from the sound you had when you guys were Peachy?
It doesn't differ that much because we still were kind of like doing the emo thing. It was just when we first started Peachy, it was kind of like we didn't really know like what sound we wanted to do. So we would have like this random song that was like super grindcore or like super like heavy. Like Oops, You Died is a song like that. And then we'd also have a song like Mr. Gloom, which is just like straight up like a pop punk song. So it was just kind of like we didn't know what we were doing yet. So I think Spider Insider like solidified what our sound was going to be.
Okay. I am a huge fan of Fuckboy and Superstitious personally.
Oh yeah, but again, Fuckboy is so different from
not like on Superstitious. Your screams were so dialed in a way that no other song had.
Right, and that was another thing. It's like I got comfortable with screaming, and I kind of had to like learn how to scream, I guess. So that's why all the songs were kind of everywhere. So we were just like, let's start a new thing where everything's cohesive, everything makes sense, and there's no confusion, basically.
So the first video that you put out was Fake It Till You Make It under Peachy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what was that like going into making that video and presenting that sound to people?
I don't know. It's very weird because it is a weird song. Just because the way that I'm screaming is not like technically, it's not like technical screaming, you know? Like I'm kind of just yelling and going back and forth from yelling to screaming. So it's kind of like a niche thing. I think that's why a lot of people took it in a weird way. Not a lot of people liked it, but also a lot of people did like it. But
you did say that you are going to be performing Peachy songs live at some Spider Insider shows.
Yeah, I think what we're probably going to end up doing live is we might have like Oops, You Died, which is kind of like a really short, heavy song, as like it was a Peachy song, but we might make it like an intro to our set, you know? But I don't think we're going to end up playing like Mr. Gloom or Superstitious or any of our old Peachy songs. We'll probably end up just writing new songs like for our live sets.
Right, because where I was going with that question is you did mention how Fake It doesn't really have the technical screaming that you have really dialed in now as a singer, how you've grown in your technique. So does that mean that if it were performed live, you would be screaming differently, or would you be recreating the screams that are heard on the recording?
Yeah, that's a good question. I probably would. It is going to sound a little different, for sure. Just because I've gotten better at screaming, like the technicality of screaming, I have had to kind of learn because I really enjoyed doing it. So I kind of had to be like, all right, let me like really learn how to do it correctly.
And what was that learning process like? How did you go about diving into, I'm going to get this on lock?
Just practicing, honestly. Like I had to practice and watch like YouTube tutorials and like just kind of like learn how to do it in the right way, because I was like blowing out my voice. Like I was like not doing it correctly at all. So and breath control. I had to learn how to do that. So it was just like a whole learning curve. But then once I learned it, I loved doing it. So I was like, I'm going to incorporate more screaming into Spider Insider. So that's why we do more of that.
Awesome. I've loved everything that I've heard. So you guys have the EP Eaten Alive out right now.
Yeah.
And that has 3 songs on it. Bad Vibes Bro, the single that you can find a music video for. Did you hear that, guys? You can find a music video for it. Vampires Can Smell When You're on Your Period, and then it closes out with Pulling Teeth. I have to say my personal favorite. I love everything about Bad Vibes Bro. From the music to the screams to the lyricism. I have belted out that song while doing dishes more than once.
Yes.
And my roommates come home and they just kind of stare at me for a minute and we make eye contact, but I don't stop screaming.
Actually, a lot of people are liking that song, which I didn't think people would. Like, I thought that
honestly, I was very surprised that that wasn't the single.
See, that's so interesting because, like, I always thought Vampires would be, like, our best one, which, I mean, people like it, but a lot of people like Bad Vibes Bro way more. And I'm just like, I did not, but I'm my own worst critic. So, like, I'm going to think, you know, something's not going to be as good. But a lot of people really like it. So I'm surprised by that.
Oh, I am not at all. And what has the response been to Pulling Teeth?
That one, I've been seeing actually more like old Peachy fans kind of really liking that one the most.
I do think it is a little peachier.
It is. It's very peachy. But I think that's partly because we wrote that. That was like one of the first songs we kind of wrote for Spider Insider. So it was kind of like had more peachy vibes still. But a lot of people from Peachy like vibes, whatever, like really liked that one. But yeah, I'm really surprised about the Bad Vibes Bro, like honestly.
Well, I'm sure you're just going to be getting better and better feedback as it goes on. Speaking of feedback.
Yes.
When you're in, you know, you're putting yourself out there in the public eye, you are putting out songs, music videos, you are a woman fronting a band, you're going to come into a lot of criticism. What has that critique been like and how have you handled it?
Yeah, it's been it's been weird. A lot of it, especially like on TikTok, we get it the worst on TikTok. It's always, this is cringy, or like, and I know it's only because I'm a woman, you know? So it's like, I personally don't get it, but I think it's a lot of sexism coming from these people. Because, you know, you have songs like from fucking Cannibal Corpse where it's like, I'm gonna rip her heart out and fuck her while she's dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have all these like crazy lyrics, but that's not cringy. But if I say something just like, hey, you're 30 dating a 16-year-old, that's fucking weird, I'm cringy. But I really do think it's sexism at its finest. I mean, like, we just had we were on a Twitch channel. I'm not going to say who it is, but if you know, you know. We were on a Twitch channel, and the like moderator, or not the moderator, the hosts of the Twitch channel, they bleeped out the word period. So I was very like weirded out by that. I was like, that's not a curse word. That's not a sexual thing. Why is this being like censored? And actually, we even said in the group, like in the chat, we were like, why is period being bleeped out? And the host of the show was like, oh yeah, no, it has to be censored. So it's things like that. It's the wording that I use in my lyrics, the song titles, even the name Spider Inside Her, they were making like dick jokes about. They're making like vagina jokes. And I was just like, this is so crazy to me that this is still a thing. Like, it's still a thing in 2022. Like, I just don't get it.
I mean, I censor spider in my brain because I have the worst case of arachnophobia you've ever seen.
That makes sense.
That's due to like childhood trauma. I was traumatized by tarantulas when I was like 4 or 5. So one thing that I'm really excited about, Spider Insider has a music video out, and what channel can we find that on?
So it's going to be on BVTV. That's their YouTube channel. They post a lot of really big bands on there. They have like The Used and Falling in Reverse, and they post a lot of music videos on there. And yeah, that's where you'll find our video for Vampires Can Smell When You're on Your Period.
Period!
On there. Period! It's not a bad word.
So when you're on your period, exclamation point.
Exactly.
So if you guys want to check that out, I will have a link in the description of this interview, and I definitely want you to go give it a listen, give it your views. Seriously, since these guys were Peachy, I have been watching them bust their asses, and I am loving this rebrand. I'm not kidding. Like, when I choose to interview bands, sometimes I am discovering a band for the first time. Sometimes it's a band I already love, and I'm like, please let me interview you. So yeah, guys, I approached Kara for the interview. I also have interviewed her husband, Chris, of Illuminate Me. There will also be links for that, unless I have like a little box up here for it. Who knows? But I genuinely love the music that Peachy and Spider Insider have put out. So I want you guys to listen to it too. This isn't just, interview. I guess I have the obligatory plug. No, go listen to their stuff. I have links in the box.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of people have been liking it though, so I'm really stoked about it because I was really worried about like the whole Peachy transition into Spider Insider, but
the Peachy fans have come with you.
Yeah, our diehards are there, so I'm stoked on it.
And now the old Peachy merch.
Yeah, it's like a rarity now. Like you can like just be like, yeah, this was a band, you know.
I knew them before they got big.
Exactly.
So are there any plans for shows, touring, or merch in the future? I know none of that is really released as of now.
Yeah, so we actually have a tour in the works around March next year. So yeah, we're talking to a couple bands. I don't want to say too much yet because it's still like being finalized, but we're definitely going to end up touring next year for sure. We're going to be doing like weekenders a lot leading up to that tour. So we want to do like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday around Florida or even up to Georgia. We're trying to get a show for like middle of December. So we're still looking to play around December. That'll probably be our first show as Spider Insider.
I'm so excited. I had another event that I was vending for the first and I think only Peachy show. Mm-hmm. Was it?
Oh, we played 2 shows, but we had our first show, which was at New World Brewing, and then we had a show with Nomadic. So I think it might have been that one. I'm not sure.
Was Nomadic the one where they filmed JOI?
No, that was our first show. Yeah, at New World.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I vend a lot as a small business owner that makes stuff.
Yeah.
So I miss a lot of the shows that I'm not vending at. So I hated that I missed the Peachy shows.
Well, I would love to do like a kind of like a fest type of thing where we can have vendors like at an outdoor venue or something. That would be awesome. Yeah. We'd love to do something like that.
So could you tell me a little bit about like what the writing process is like when you're like, okay, time to make songs?
I don't think many people are going to like this answer because it's not deep. It's not interesting. It's literally, we drink these and we just get super drunk and we just write. Like, I know like people want more out of that. There's really no process. We just like to have fun and party, and then we just write music, and then we end up coming up with these songs. So that's literally it.
All right. Get drunk.
Yes. Write this down, guys.
I'm going to see if that works for me.
It's probably not the best way to do things. but that's the way we do it, man. I don't know. I
Sometimes
can't.
when I want to come up with a new product or like a new candle scent, I
Mhm.
will take a board, like a cork board,
Yes.
and I'll pin up a bunch of random nouns and adjectives, and I'll just throw darts.
That's a great idea, though. See, that's interesting and cool. Mine's just like get hammered and write something.
Maybe I'll start throwing darts while I'm hammered on White Claw. Who knows? Actually, that
could
could be
work too.
dangerous.
I
Sharp
mean,
objects and alcohol.
right. I mean, honestly, it's kind of just it plays into the whole I overthink like a lot. Being a Virgo and
You're a Leo cusp. You're like,
I'm a Leo cusp, you're right. Which is why I like attention, but but that's why, I overthink things constantly. So I'm like, I need to just relax and be around my friends, have a good time. And then my best ideas I come up with during those times because it's like I'm not overthinking the shit out of everything. So that's how I do it.
I definitely get that.
Yeah.
And what have been some of your listening influences that maybe are similar to your sound? And which influences would you say, like bands that you love, they're completely not present in what you hear in Spider Insider?
I think me personally, because, my influences are very different from, like Kyle, our guitarist. He writes the music and then gives it to me, and then I write the vocal parts. But our influences are very different. And I think that's why Spider Inside Her and Peachy to some extent it's very different. Like you have those like crazy riffs and crazy breakdowns and stuff because of Kyle's influences. And then you have like my, catchy chorus emo vibe because of mine, So we do have different influences going on. But we actually like being different and unique. So a lot of mine would probably be like, basic old school emo bands like The Used, My Chemical Romance, obviously, like a lot of the like post-hardcore stuff. But then I also really love like I Set My Friends on Fire and I Wrestled a Bear Once. So you kind of get that like chaotic screaming stuff in our songs because of
What
those
have been
influences.
some of your inspirations in your screaming from other vocalists that do a lot of hard screaming?
Definitely Krista from I Wrestled a Bear Once. I love the way she screams. I've always been like really into her style. I really like this band called Duck Duck Goose. They're kind of like they're not a big band by any means, but they're in the scene. But I really take a lot of inspiration from like his style of screaming as well. So yeah, I would say those are like my two main.
Okay, awesome. So as you know, Cryptknotic does try to do fundraisers for Punk Rock Saves Lives. So it's plug time, guys. In the description, you're going to find punkrocksaveslives.org, and I really implore you guys to check them out. So one thing they do, they bring awareness to mental health in the punk community. They are always at different festivals, shows. You can find out where they're going to be. And at these shows, you will find them giving out emergency doses of Narcan, fentanyl test strips, GHB test coasters to check for date rape drugs. And they are constantly signing people up for the bone marrow registry. They have gotten so many people signed up. And there also is a Punk Rock Saves Lives mental health Facebook group where people can come on and talk about issues that they're having, and gives you that sort of cohesive community in the punk group. So I have loved being able to raise funds for them through some of the events that I do. We'll have an exclusive fundraiser for them going up on the site within the month. And I would not push them so hard if I didn't truly believe in what they were doing. So please check the description box and give them a look.
Yes, that's awesome.
The other thing that I am thrilled to be partnering with Kara on is the Cryptknotic Play Nice giveaway.
Yes! So stoked on that.
And I feel like such a loser because I did not bring either of the products that I'm giving away home. So I have a workspace separate from home and that's where I have all my stock and everything like that, all my supplies. In case you didn't know, I run Cryptknotic.com. So I do jar candles. I do molded candles, and our brand new ones, the three-eyed cats.
So cute. So
Yeah.
cute. I love those.
And of course, we do have some that went up recently. We have our classics, like the Mystic Ball candle, the hands holding a crystal ball.
Awesome.
Everyone loves the
I have one of those.
yes, the snake skull candles have been our best sellers since we started.
Yes, love them.
We did do the blindfolded maiden. She's also very popular.
I haven't seen that one yet. Yeah, I like that one.
No, so I have some smaller candles. I have her, a patchwork rag doll, and a little ghost. And honestly, compared to the patchwork doll, which is supposed to be like a voodoo-esque doll, and the ghost, you know, my company does have a little bit of a darker theme to it. It's kind of like that year-round spooky merch store where you can get your fix when it isn't Halloween. But she is not overtly creepy. She's more mysterious. And I almost always sell out of her every event. And I'm like, what?
But that's good though. So you have like universal products as well. So it's not just, you know. Yeah.
You know,
that's awesome.
A lot of people that come to my booth are cat people. Well, I mean, they're humans, but you know.
They're cat people.
Yeah, so I do a giveaway every month on my site. Last month, October, Halloween, I did the biggest giveaway yet. We had books, we had custom art, we had candles, all kinds of things, and even Evil Dead coffee. And Kara, you are no stranger to catfight coffee.
Yes, I love it. I kept the bag because it was so cool. And I have the shirt that they gave me too, and I wear it all the time.
The Night of the Living Dead bag?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you better hold on to that because that's discontinued.
Is it really? Oh,
the
shit.
Branding is discontinued. It is still available as the Highlander grog, but it doesn't come in that bag anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from what I understand, the owner, he didn't have a very good experience on the licensing end. He said he didn't really want to work with them anymore.
Oh,
but they also have an Alice Cooper coffee, a Misfits coffee called Crimson Roast, if you're familiar with the Misfits song Crimson Ghost, the Murder Dolls coffee, and now the Evil Dead coffee. I'm so excited.
So cool. That's so awesome. Yeah, I love both of them. Like it's sick.
I'm so glad because I drink it nonstop.
It's really good too. It's not just for the aesthetic. Like it's good coffee.
Yeah, I have the Alice Cooper blend in my cup right now.
Mm-hmm.
So for the Play Nice giveaway, it's called Play Nice because part of playing nice is sharing. So you share the post, you tag who we tell you to tag, and your name is entered into a drawing. You can tag and share once per day, so you can get your name in multiple times. And for this, we are doing a wood carving of the Lost Boys. I know so many love that vampire movie.
Love that movie.
And we also have an apple cider candle. There's something a little more special about this one. It's called Spider in Cider. Sometimes I'm clever. Not all the time, but sometimes I'm clever.
When you showed me that, I was like, that is so perfect. That's so sick. I loved it. It was so good. I
had to get a lot of help making them because I'm so arachnophobic. I hate pictures of spiders on paper. Oh, even though it's not realistic.
Right.
I just I'll tell you that story after the interview, but
okay. Yeah, I love that you're scared of spiders. That's hilarious.
Like I'm trying so hard not to look at your tattoo right now.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, so I just focus on the gorgeous eyes and the red hair.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Yes, guys, we are having the giveaway, and we may even have more items included. I will be posting about that giveaway, I believe, tomorrow. That's when it's going to go live, and I couldn't be more excited because since we do giveaways all the time, I really want people to be discovering these small businesses. The Lost Boys wooden art piece is by a vendor that I met at Spooky Empire. His company is called Nerds Got Wood. And
that's awesome.
That name was just so clever.
I love it.
if you go over to our Facebook page, I'll even be making a post on Instagram later on, and you share and you make sure to include Spider Insider and Nerds Got Wood tags. That's all you have to do. I know sometimes the algorithm doesn't necessarily like tags in the posts themselves. If you tag in the comment of your post, that still counts. I just need to make sure that there's a tag so people can find their stuff. And what I do love about the Spider Insider candle is on the back, there is a QR code where you can find the link tree to everything. I almost said Peachy, everything Spider.
I know, I do that too, honestly. I'll find myself just being like, yeah, so we've got to practice for Peachy. Oh, fuck, never mind. Spider Insider. So don't worry, I do it as well.
I'm addicted to puns, and when I proposed making the apple cider candle, I'm like, she's gonna laugh me out of her inbox.
Yes, dude, I love it. I love it so much. It's so good. And I'll be posting about that as well, for sure.
But I really want you guys to check out the giveaway. Check out Punk Rock Saves Lives. Please check out their music video. I'm gonna have all this again in the description box. It's right here. You're already watching this interview. Just scroll down. And thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview. I know it took forever. Oh, yeah. I was initially going to do an interview when you were Peachy, but I was working holiday retail and I was sleep deprived and working on my company and I couldn't keep my dates straight. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to do interviews again once all this is over.
Well, no, I totally get it too, because we, when we decided to rebrand and have our name change, I didn't want to do any interviews for Peachy knowing it was going to be a different band. So I'm glad that we waited. So it was good.
I'm so excited because everything you put out is great. And if that is any indicator of what's coming, I'm all in. I'm here. Yes. I am all in.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited. But yeah, thank you for having me on here. I love doing these things, especially with you, because I actually like you as a person.
Oh, thanks. And I didn't have to tug on my ear in. Oh, anyway.
See, I told you.
Awesome. So this is a wrap for our interview with Kara from Spider Inside Her. And please stay tuned for more interviews. I will be doing an interview coming up with Barry Shelton from Sister Sleep. Very, very MCR inspired. Oh, so yeah. Definitely stay tuned for that. Mm-hmm. I'm loving everything they're putting out. So check the description box. Definitely give them a follow on social media. You don't realize how much that really helps out small businesses and small bands.
For sure.
They are also our discount code on Cryptknotic.com for the entirety of November. So at checkout, you can type in Spider Inside Her, not apple cider, Spider Inside Her, no spaces, all caps, and they'll get you 15% off whatever you want. Even though everything on the site is marked down right now, you can get 15% off on top of it.
Yeah. Boom. Hell yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.